with sohbat, then the meaning of Islam will continue. Without the sohbat, the meaning is not going to continue, the form may continue. Holy Prophet ﷺ, he came to give meaning. First he gave the meaning, and then he set up the form. The meaning of all 104 books is La ilaha illallah. That is the meaning. To declare that there is only one Lord. In the Prophet ﷺ's time, it was not only to make people to understand that the lords that they are worshipping, the idols, it is false. It's not only that there is no reality to those idols. What he's trying to teach them was, in reality, those idols that you make is actually representing you. It's not representing your Lord. You understand? It's representing you. It's representing your desires, your ego, your dunya, representing your shaitan. So, the Prophet ﷺ, he did not just come 1400 years ago to let people to say La ilaha illallah and to continue with their lifestyle. He did not just tell them, I'm here to bring you the form, to say this, to wear this, to go up and down, to do this, but there is no meaning to it. He came first to destroy the meaning of life as it was practiced by his people, the whole world, to destroy that meaning, because that has no meaning. The lifestyle that they are continuing had no meaning, and it was destructive, and it was unnatural. It was away from the meaning that our Creator has set for us, which is the highest meaning. So he came first to take that away. Then he came with the meaning of haqq. You cannot talk about haqq if you don't talk about batil. Impossible. If you talk about haqq, truth, without talking about batil, untruth, you're a hypocrite. That means haqq and batil, they both can be. There's no difference. They are both same. Dualism. Confusion. That is what Dajjal is teaching. Haqq and batil. No difference. It's okay. Wrong and right. It's okay. Don't judge. But the Prophet ﷺ, he came to destroy, to bring down the batil. And openly saying, when they brought down the idols, haqq has triumphed and batil has vanquished. Reciting what? The ayat of Allah. Truly, batil will. It's the nature of batil to always be vanquished, to be destroyed, to go away. And it is the mission of haqq now to bring down the batil. It's not the mission of haqq just to say, I'm haqq, 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 haqq. And you see batil and you say, it's okay. Haqq, haqq. No. It is the mission of haqq to say, this is batil. This is oppression. So first, you have to bring that batil down. You have to say, La ilaha illallah. And to bring that batil down, it is that idol there, it doesn't exist. There is no idol, you understand? There is no reality to that. It doesn't. It doesn't speak, it doesn't do nothing. It is useless, but it is the ego and shaitan that puts the meaning there. So it is an idol not of your Lord, but of yourself. of yourself that you take out from your heart and you put it there. And you say, this one fits to my ego. This fits to my desires, to my agenda, how I want to live my life. This fits. And the Prophet ﷺ saying, La ilaha illallah. So destroying that idol outside and also destroying the idols that are inside. Because that outside is coming from the inside. So Prophet came to destroy what they had in the inside. The first that he established was destroying those ones who are taking the rights of others. Where's justice? Justice of the whole ummat, of the whole group. Justice that he was upholding to defend those ones that they have no rights, that their rights are taken away from them. So he came now, ﷺ, to do that. La, destroying that. Say no to that idol, and that idol is an idol of your ego. That idol is not an idol of anything that exists, but an idol of your ego. So Prophet ﷺ, from the beginning, he was teaching man, his nation, and his Sahabi, and continuing, how to take that La ilaha illallah and to put it into their lives and to give it meaning. Now, La to the ilahs that you have made, except for Allah. But how are you going to know the difference between that ilah that you have made from yourself, from your ego, and Allah, that is the real one, the only one? How are you going to know that difference? This is key. Because today, people are following the ego while following Islam. They're following their ego while they're following tariqat. They're following their ego while they are in the way of Siratul Mustaqim. It's only a matter of time, it's going to deviate. So what is that key now? Muhammad Rasulullah. You understand? Muhammad Rasulullah. ﷺ. So now if you take the Holy Prophet as your guide, you will know Allah and you will know what is not Allah. You have to say La to what is not Allah. First you have to recognize, oh, I thought this was Allah. I thought this was Haqq. I thought La to that. With the Prophet ﷺ as your guide, then you know what is Allah and what is not Allah. That holding on to the Prophet and fighting against this idolatry, worshipping of yourself, that continued for over 1,300 years. That continued because you're holding on tightly to the Prophet to know what is ilah and what is Allah. So now Prophet ﷺ giving those spiritual meaning of Islam. How? The Sahabi Kiram, they knew that meaning because they were submitting completely to the Prophet. They did not know that meaning just by saying La ilaha illallah and continuing as they want to continue, or interpreting as they want to interpret, or taking as they want to take and leave. Those ones who did that, they finished. They finished. Those ones who are holding on tightly, that they don't deviate, he's saying now these ones, they are my successors, and I give them permission according to what is needed to take certain things and to even change certain things, because they know they are taking from the foundation. So those are given permission, because those ones, they have finished with the Prophet ﷺ. They have entered into his oceans and they have finished. So your question asking why? No one is concentrating on the ego. Why you think no one is concentrating on the ego except for very few? And I'm talking about concentrating, not mentioning here and there. You talk about other things and then mention, oh, ego a little bit, but to concentrate on the ego. Why is that? What caused this nation to have such shamelessness and to leave this? First, what they did was they destroyed zikr. La ilaha illallah. They destroyed us saying that with the tongue. They destroyed. Now, the Prophet came with a meaning and he set up the form. Especially when he entered into Medina, then he set up the form. The role model of how Islamic government is supposed to be, that has been taken and used for over 1,000 years, that is still continuing to be used until Judgment Day. So that is the form that he has put. For over 1,000 years, that form continued with the meaning. A little bit off here and there, it doesn't matter. The foundations are strong because the foundations of Islam have been paid by the blood of Ahlul Bayt, by the blood of the Sahaba Kiram, by the blood of the Awliya Allah. You understand? So it's impossible to shake it now. It's impossible to shake it. You cannot. Allah Himself is saying, I'm going to protect this religion. Then what happened? What happened to this then? When they came to Sultan Abdul Hamid Khan, Jannat Mekhan, the last ruling Khalifa, and said, we can defeat our enemies. We can establish Shariat and Islam and Khilafat again strong. He chose. The permission was given to him. He chose to pull back. Because the hadith that is speaking to him, and this is knowledge. There are certain hadiths that is only meant for the rulers. There are hadiths for women. There are hadiths for children. Hadiths for men. Not every hadith is for everyone. This is one of the tricks of Dajjal, saying everything is for everyone. And he's saying, because he is an established awliya himself, and he's saying, no, for the events of the last days to continue, for the appearances of Mahdi alayhi salam, the way has to be open now. And he says, I'm going to pull myself back. And the Prophet ﷺ is saying, when these things, these signs appear, pull yourself back. And he did. What happened? Then this form of Islam, that without this form now, that meaning is not going to survive. This form of Islam, suddenly, in one generation and less, this form of Islam that has been built for over 1,300 years is completely destroyed. Completely. Everything that we know that was Islamic is destroyed. This is not Islam that we're practicing right now. It's just a private religion here and there. This form, this lifestyle, this civilization, destroyed. And the Muslims became headless. New heads were put that were shaitanic with a form of Islam. Muslims were fooled. They followed. Muslims who were betrayers, who wants to follow the ego and the desire, came and filled into that void, leading Muslims now further and further away from the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. So, for 1400 years, the Prophet ﷺ is saying, watch out for your enemies. You understand? Always fight against the enemies. And the biggest enemy is the enemy that is inside of you. This fight against the enemies is completely off the table. When they say fight against the enemies, you have this crazy, I don't know who paid them, Muslims, to say, oh, our enemies are the Jews, our enemies are the Christians, our enemies are this. It's not that. The enemy that is inside is more subtle, is not going to show itself to be an enemy, just like your ego is not going to show itself as an enemy. In fact, you think it is your best friend. In fact, you think it is yourself, but it is not yourself. So this ability now to see what is haq and what is batil, once the Khilafat was removed and this form was taken out, once the zawiyas and the dergahs, they all shut down from producing people of haq, because these dergahs and these zawiyas, they are power stations that the light comes down to them and is spreading to the world. And especially the Ottomans, they were the ones who were promoting, pushing out, and making sure that everyone is understanding what tasawwuf is and protecting it. That was making them very strong. So now the Khilafat is removed. They shut down. They're hanging the sheikhs by the lampposts on the streets. And they killed off the thousands of the Ahl Sunnah scholars. And they continually killing the believers. And once those shaitanic people, they are in power, they shift now the focus of the ummah away from akhirat, away from protecting the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, away from declaring war against to yourself and declaring war against to batil, away from amr bil ma'ruf and nahy min munkar, to uphold, to encourage what is good, and to stop and to discourage what is evil, knowing what is good and evil. All that is taken away. What do you have? Now you have Muslims with the form, but there's no meaning. There is no fight. There is no la ilaha illallah. If you tell Muslims now, you know there is ilahs that you're worshiping. What ilah? I am Muslim. I say la ilaha illallah. How are you saying that there is an ilah in my heart? You understand? Majority are saying, what ego? I'm good. I don't cheat. I don't lie. I'm good. I pray 5 times a day. I wear perfume. I brush my teeth before I come. Yeah. There are people who came in front of us and we're talking about this and we're making zikr, and it's like, I'm a good man. I come and I take shower, and this has become now, this is the form, they're thinking the form of Islam now. And the form of Islam also, has become a private Islam. Private. Individuals, private families, private nations, but no longer coming to fulfill that social justice that the Prophet ﷺ came to establish. To restore the rights of those ones that Allah are looking at them. If you don't protect the rights of the poor and those whose rights have been taken away, you are part of the tyranny. You are one of the tyrants. It doesn't matter if you're sitting inside the Kaaba, if you're sitting in the presence of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. It doesn't matter. If you're not standing up for tyranny, those ones, they're calling themselves this title and that title. If you're not standing up for tyranny, the tyrants will support you. Because you are their friends. And when tyrants support you, you have full permission to do anything you want. Because they are in power now, no? So you'll do so many things, you'll get away with it. Because there is no shame now. There is no shame. And so, it has to be a systemic destruction of things now. And it has continued over and over again. Not only the Khilafat was removed, the whole nations were plunged into colonialism. Became very psychotic. I don't know whether I'm Muslim or not Muslim, Eastern or Western. I don't know whether there's truth or batil. I don't know. I just have to go along with the flow. And the leaders that were put there after the colonialists, they are gone. It's just those ones who have been trained by them. They're not returned to what was before is to continue, but in a different form, in your own form. Now, we don't have to put a white man there. We can put your own person. It doesn't matter because the agenda is inside of him already. And what is going to continue after him is the same, the same, the same, the same, the same, never changing. They may say we change, they may look different, they may dress up different, but it is the same. What is that? Not holding up what is haq. Afraid to speak what is haq. Not fighting. So now, if you're not fighting, and there's so many things that we see, injustice in the world, and when we say haq, we are not meaning take out the gun, take out the sword, this. No. We're meaning to help those ones who are in need of help. And if you're in power to stop wrong things from happening to people who are in need of help, you have that power, you stop. But they say we don't want to because we want more power for ourselves. So in order to fight that, we are not going to be able to have power. Don't you know? We fought so hard to be in a place of power in this city, in this country. Now, whatever party we belong to, whatever that they are saying this is what you have to believe in, we cannot fight them, even if it is against Allah and His Prophet. And they say, this is politics, you don't understand. I say, MashaAllah. For 1,300 years, Muslims don't know politics, and they were ruling this whole world. You cannot even rule your own family. And you are thinking that you know better. But this is coming back to the teachings of the Prophet, ﷺ. What to do in what situation? What is it that we need to do in this time of Akhir Zaman? This is the other thing. Because there may be so much knowledge that is coming out from everywhere, but not every knowledge, it is useful. Like I said before, if the ship is sinking, the knowledge of the stars is not useful. The knowledge of how to drive, navigate the ship, it is not useful because the ship is already sinking. But people are running after it because it gives them some sort of a high. You understand? Your house is on fire now. What are you teaching your children? Your country is on fire. There's lanat that is raining down. What is it that you are doing? This is marifat enough. But people are not understanding. They never understood. Never truly believed. So now they're running off to a different direction. But that direction is not going to save you. It's not going to save you. Because you don't know who your friends are, you don't know who your enemies are. You don't even know who is a friend and enemy that is inside of you. Why is that? Well, I know how to read and write. Why I have to follow you? Who are you? They're going to say. Who are you? I may follow Allah. I'm not going to follow you. So I'm saying, I follow Allah and His Prophet, but you're not a prophet. So I'm saying, I follow Allah, Prophet, and the Shaykh, but you're not a Shaykh. You can go on and on. You understand? But La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. That Rasul, that Risalat, to be a messenger. Yes, the Prophet ﷺ, he is the seal of the messengers. But is his message sealed? No. His message is forever. It's continuing. And then there are those who are given the task of holding that message, of giving that message, of maintaining that message. That is an amanat. But they may turn around and say, you're not prophet. Again, looking at the outside form now, not understanding what is the inside. Your house is on fire now. How do you know how to save them? Do you know how to save your family? Whole world is in fire now. but everyone's dancing and flying. May Allah keep us in safety. Safety is only under the dome of the awliya Allah. May Allah keep us in safety under the dome of our Shaykh, inshallah. May Allah forgive me and bless you. Al-Fatiha.